Another is described as showing an Islamist mob pushing a teenager off a rooftop, while the third claims to show a Muslim smashing a statue of the Virgin Mary. The footage was originally posted by Jada Frenson, deputy leader of the far-right group Britain First. For more on this, we can cross live now to Washington to speak with our correspondent Philip Crowther. Hi, Philip. This isn't the first time Trump's caused controversy on Twitter, is it?
No, certainly not. He does so almost every single morning, but this is serious stuff. The question, of course, now here is, where does the president get this stuff from other than just perusing Twitter? There is a way that the president of the United States gets a hold of these types of tweets. And more importantly, of course, the question is, why does he deem it appropriate to retweet these kinds of inflammatory messages that are unverified videos? We don't know where they're from. We don't know whether these are even Muslims committing these acts of violence. Why does he believe it is right for him to post those to millions and millions of followers? But you're absolutely right. This is not the very first time he does this. First of all, there has been anti-Muslim sentiment and rhetoric from the US president, both as a president and as a presidential candidate. Remember that he wanted Muslims to be banned from entering the United States, then tried to push a travel ban that kept those from 7 Muslim-majority countries from entering the United States. That travel ban was then stopped. But then he's also retweeted messages from white supremacists, from neo-Nazis, from followers of his who are clearly racists. This time around, we at least believe that the origin of this tweet, or at least the president's attention turning to it, might be from a conservative commentator who also retweeted one of those messages on Tuesday, so one day ago. But again, for those tweets, this kind of inflammatory messaging that could turn into more anti-Muslim sentiment in the United States to come from the account of the President of the United States, well, that is something that is quite unbelievable.
Now, you mentioned it just there, of course. Trump has repeatedly been accused of fanning the flames of Islamophobia, but this could work rather well with his base, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could actually, because his base so far, after all, those who are sticking with Donald Trump, those who voted for him and still believe that everything he's doing right now and has done during his presidency has been the right thing to do, will also agree with this. Even the most extreme behavior and the most extreme sentences and messaging coming from this White House is not something that is opposed by around 30 to 35% of the US population, those who voted for Donald Trump and are sticking with him. There is anti-Muslim sentiment in the United States, a lot of it coming from those who voted for Donald Trump. Most of those are Republicans as well. This might go down rather well with them. This also, by the way, went down very well with the person who tweeted these messages in the first place, the deputy leader of this, call it a political party if you will, but an extremist group in Great Britain. She sent a message later on congratulating herself essentially and Donald Trump, the US president, for retweeting those messages to millions of followers. It's a rather serious matter when the President of the United States does this, and it is not the very first time.